Escanamo, and this is Podcast Club, episode 8?
I've lost
8 or
track.
9.
I've lost track.
Well, so let's get into it. So what are we talking about today?
I was talking about like an average day of Podcast Club.
So what we do,
Yeah.
well, some days we have planning, and some days we film, like today. But today we're just kind of go through what we do, so.
Yeah, we've, like we said before, we've kind of just been improvising because we used to have like a super hard script that we had to follow. But I like the more natural discussions.
Yeah, just going with the flow, basically.
Yeah, I feel like it'd make it a little more easier so we couldn't have to always just look at our phones, and it kind of makes the tension just be nice and breezy instead of like looking at each other like, oh, what are we going to say now? Because now that we're done. But yeah.
And I think it makes the podcast just feel more natural at like a normal conversation you're going through. So
Like a podcast.
like
Yeah, like an actual podcast. Like an actual group of teenagers talking, not just a bunch of robots.
Just like, tell me about your club.
So far we've been doing like every other week.
We gotta put an epilepsy warning.
Should have said that before, but.
We've been like
They can edit that in, right? Like,
I'm just trying to shake it up. I'm trying to get y'all
Put a little
laughing and, like,
flavor.
you're not making
and our
a
viewers
podcast.
seizing.
Yeah. It won't be that bad.
don't want to get sued.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more about you all than it is about
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so we've been doing like 1 week where we plan and like review the week before, and then the next week we film, and in between is like the editing, but we don't do that. Very fortunate
Thank
to
you.
not have to do the editing. And yeah, it's been going smoothly so far. I mean, very productive.
Yeah, I've liked this setup more than we did last time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
what
with
you
the
mean.
tables.
So none of
The
you have
plan.
mentioned that you're all now on Spotify officially.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's a really cool
Spotify,
thing.
guys.
So we are officially on Spotify. So if you guys could go at us, what's the
It's
info
just
for it?
StarCast.
StarCast. The link, you guys should post the link on your Instagram.
Yeah, I put it on the Instagram.
You did?
Yeah.
Good.
And please give us a 5-star review. Good review, please.
Apple Music.
Yes.
Oh,
Soon to
and
be.
we have an Apple Music coming soon. Trademark.
Because we're all inclusive.
Yeah. No discrimination here.
No, discrimination against the music apps.
Yeah, because there's like a big like war between the two, like Apple Music and Spotify. Because I prefer Spotify.
Oh, yeah, I
do
prefer Spotify.
I'm cheap, so
Spotify
Spotify.
Premium.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spotify Premium.
extra.
It hits.
I just simply live with the ads.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
We just released another episode yesterday. That was the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was our 2021-2022 review. So,
I really like that one. You're
Yeah,
really,
that
like,
one was-
calm about that. We were just explaining, like, we were reflecting on, like, what we did and, like, if we could do better and stuff like that. I really did like that one.
yeah, that was sweet.
I had COVID and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah. I think it was good to reflect. Yeah.
So there's probably no real way of segueing this, but what's everyone been watching?
I've been watching Dexter with my dad.
I've heard of that.
Yes. Yes.
I've been watching
The
the
new season just came out.
paint on the wall dry.
I've never heard of it. What have I been watching?
Yeah.
Just
Also rewatching The Office. Very good.
Yeah.
You like get to season 9, and then once you finish it, you can start it all over again because there's so many episodes that like you forget what happens in the
Yeah.
beginning. Yeah, it's a nice cycle.
Are we allowed to talk about The Office? Like,
I mean-
like, are we allowed to, like, say a spoiler?
Yeah.
Spoiler warning if you don't want to be spoiled.
I cried so hard when Michael left.
I
Oh,
know,
that
me
was
too.
so
I cried for like
sad.
a week to my mom. Like, I was literally hugging her about it.
Yeah, I cried when the show was over. And like it ended, the last episode was very sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when, what's her face, Kelly and that one dude, Ryan or whatever, they just left without the baby.
It was like a
funny.
good ending, though.
Yeah.
I
on my
remember.
first on my first watch through when Michael left, I literally like stopped watching the show because I was like,
Yeah, it's
It
like
goes
a
a little-
weird transition that season where they can't find like a new boss. They go through like 3 different ones. But it's good after that. They like also you can tell that they're like transitioning between writers because they have an episode where they just review like all the previous seasons and it's like kind of mediocre. So you can tell that they're like switching. Yeah.
I
think
remember.
Bernard was the worst. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first got to G Star. Everyone was watching The Office, and I was like, "What's The Office?" And then I was like, "You know what? I gotta get on the train. I'm way behind." So I watched it, and it's a very good show. I told other people about it, but they're like, "No, it's so stupid."
Yeah.
And
You either like it or you don't.
yeah, and there's like
No in between.
basically. But I liked it.
It's life. It's weird. Like, you know, it's like really stupid at the same time, but then again, it's like really like true to life. You know, Pam and like Jim were like a really good example of how like marriage works at the end of the day. Like they went through this giant fight, and they were supposed to divorce. Like I heard like in the script they were actually supposed to divorce in the show. They're like, you know what, we're gonna like make it one of those couples that go through like a crazy fight, but go through a bunch of like couples therapy, just trying to make it. And I think that was kind of like raw in a way, because you know then they have a kid.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows how like having a kid kind of changes the relationship of things.
so
Oh, has anyone seen Encanto?
I haven't seen it.
What? It's so good.
You have to.
So good.
The music, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda never fails.
No.
Never.
I mean, I have to say, like, I've seen the trailer for it and all the ads, and, like, animation has come so far
Really?
since, like, Toy Story even.
Like even
it's
in the past
insane.
10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy what we can do now with technology.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite? I know everyone's gonna say Mirabelle. Mirabelle. Yeah.
I like Lisa.
I loved Luisa too.
Yeah, I like Lisa. She's adorable.
Especially because I felt super bad for her because she had to basically carry every single burden and just couldn't like ever tell anyone about it.
Exactly. Like her song was deep.
Yeah, it was a
Like-
good song.
Like
I
my
was
mom
like,
was like jamming to, like her head was like, yeah, this is good, but I'm reading the lyrics and I'm like, oh my god, this poor kid, like this grandma, like oh my god.
The interesting thing about all of the characters and their gift is that it's a representation of like different trauma responses to
Yeah,
toxic
exactly.
households.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you look close enough, like Luisa's super strength and Isabella's like
Like perfection.
perfectionism.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Camilo being a chameleon, just changing constantly for whoever.
I really liked it. It was so great. And then Mirabelle, do you think she's like the next like candle holder?
That's what I think is gonna happen.
I think that's why she didn't get her powers, honestly.
I remember they showed her like rubbing her dress when she was a kid and then tried going to the door, and that might have messed up the ceremony. That was like a fan theory.
I really like that it kind of like focused on family pressures and like how like I don't know how to describe it.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, and Disney gets so deep.
Disney's
It's
so good at that.
but like kids won't even like notice. They're like, oh, it's like a cute like little like movie, but no, it's like when you're like either like a parent or like a teenager like watching it, you're like, whoa, like rewatching like older like Disney movies. It's like I did not realize that when I was like 5 years old.
yeah, they get deep sometimes.
Yeah.
My eyes widened when I heard those lyrics in the songs. Like Mirabelle's song about like being a miracle or whatever, like she needs a miracle. I was sobbing for her, like I genuinely was.
I was so angry when all of them were just like, oh yeah, you didn't get a gift because.
Like, poor thing.
And then they like threw her in like the broom closet, and I was like,
They couldn't even get her like her own nice room with it. It's a giant house.
She sleeps in the nursery.
Three.
That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. Like how terrible. Like what a grandma. Sorry.
Like Abuela started everything with like, good morning to everyone except Mirabelle.
Like literally. Anyway, like, what a woman. What a woman.
I remember some people, they tried saying that they didn't, like, of course Abuela was sort of an antagonist. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it other than, but like, she wasn't necessarily malicious.
Yeah, I think it just really showed how like Hispanic households work, and it's not like in bad intentions how like the older figures like respond respond to the kids.
The
you know what
most
I mean?
unrealistic part of that movie, besides the magic, is the head of a Hispanic household admitting that they're wrong. Listen, I'm Hispanic, so let me tell you. It's true.
So true. So true.
So yeah, the grandma was like interesting because you know how like, sorry that joke. You know Isabella, she looks like the like abuela when she was younger. So I think like the abuela put like her pressure on Isabella because they look alike, and so she wanted to almost like put all of her past self into her, and that just added more like.
And even the guy that she was about to marry looked
like.
Pedro.
Yeah, looked like the grandfather. That's crazy to me.
There's another theory that Casita was actually Pedro, like his spirit, which is why the house was sentient.
That's so cute.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, and Encanto's a deep movie if you haven't watched it. I recommend it.
Really check it out.
I will watch it.
I'm waiting on my sister because she wanted to watch it.
Oh.
So
Wait, Tyndall. I know you're recording, so you probably don't want to talk, but
Okay.
were you ever able to watch it?
No, I still haven't gotten my brother's Disney
Still?
Plus password. I know. I think I might just. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's a bit expensive, but I really want to watch it. So I don't know.
It's worth it.
We'll see. I know it's. You guys are talking about it. It seems so good. I want to watch it so bad.
I know, to chime in too, I I was subbing, and it was like Friday. I was subbing last Friday, and it just like felt right. They didn't have anything to do, so I was like, y'all want to watch my movie? They're like, what movie? And I was like, it's on HBO. They were like, what? They were so confused, and then I was like, well, what do you want to watch? And the whole class was like, Encanto.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
watch it in Spanish.
Yeah,
aren't
we're watching it next week in Spanish.
Yeah, and I played it, and let me tell you, the entire class was mesmerized. I was actually blown away by how fascinated they were with this movie, of how it just like, it was like a hypnosis. It was really crazy.
We're
All
wrapping
right,
it up.
stay tuned for next week. More episodes coming soon.
Okay.
That's a wrap.
All right, so moral of the story, go watch Encanto, and also follow us on Spotify
And
Yeah.
Instagram.
and Instagram.
And if you want to be interviewed on the podcast club, we have sign-up sheets around K Building. And give us your email or phone number, and we'll contact you as soon as possible.